Hello everyone, this is Dalster, and today I'm doing a different video today. I'll be doing like a story time of the Undertaker Deadman show that happened in LA, but as I'm doing it, I also wanted to show you guys this WWE, this promo from the WWE store. It's actually for the WrestleMania. As you can tell, they have like, I don't know why, it's like one of those manga books where you flip the other way and then you flip the other way. It's this one. But as I'm flipping, I want to talk to you guys about the what happened at the Undertaker Deadman show, and I also wanted to show you guys this book that my brothers bought. It's from the WWE Superstore. They bought a lot of stuff at WrestleMania, the WWE Superstore. It was actually at the LA convention next to the Staples Center, and this one was about $25. And yeah, they went to the was it SoFi Center in Inglewood, and they said it was really fun. They managed to get some seats up there, but I won't tell you my brother's names because they like to keep their lives private. But I am gonna show you this book that they recently bought. Again, it's my brother's, not mine. But look at down here. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I actually like the WrestleMania. I just didn't like the ending, especially the beginning when, unfortunately, right here, John Cena unfortunately lost to Austin Theory. I don't see him anywhere. Huh, whatever. He's gonna be irrelevant in like 5 years or so, I don't know why people compare to him as The Miz, though. I really don't. I mean, John Cena. I really don't see Austin Theory as like the next John Cena. I see him more as like the next Miz, kind of, but I'm pretty sure in 5 years he'll probably be irrelevant. But I did hear Mr. McMahon's like in charge of WWE again. But comment down below if you guys want me to do more of these story time videos, because I do have a lot of stories. Anyway, let's talk about what happened at the Dead Man show. Yeah, it's been a couple days since I've seen the show actually. Fortunately, I don't remember that much. I wish I did. And all in all, it was really fun. Like, I would highly recommend if you're a huge Undertaker fan, especially right now because I know for a fact that Undertaker, he's getting really, like, I don't want to say he's getting old because I feel like it's impolite, but he is getting old to the point where, it's one of those times where you really got to think, like, do I really want to meet the Undertaker? Because I have to. Because what if, worst case scenario, God forbid that he dies, which I'm hoping not. It's just that, nowadays you just never know with anyone. But as you could tell, this is like an ad for a Snickers bar. So I decided to go because I never had the chance to see Undertaker's entrance for the WWE in live, but I did manage to see Undertaker at his Deadman show. It was really funny, and I remember one of the audience members, they said that, oh, I like how they're doing like this kind of thing, like this stand up thing, but in story time, which I think it kind of works. And I was thinking, yeah, it kind of did work. It was a little pricey though, I gotta say. I think I paid like around $200 for one night thing. It was like VIP. It was really expensive, but it was kind of worth it. I mean, it was in LA and it was fun. I really liked it. Even the people that I sat across from me, that were sitting right to the right, left of me, they were really nice. I thought they were pretty nice. Like, they bought their merch. There was this one person who bought a huge box of an urn. You know, the golden urn you see of Undertaker. The one he used with Paul Bearer for a couple years, and then when Paul Bearer unfortunately passed away, he used it when for a while, and then like I don't know who it was. I think it was either CM Punk or Kane. They dropped it, and supposedly his ashes, which I think they're fake ashes, by the way. I think it's just dirt or sand or something. They used it in a storyline too. But here you could see The Miz and Snoop Dogg, and yeah, Miz got beat up pretty bad. I honestly felt bad for The Miz. I've never been a really big fan of Miz, to be honest with you, until like the whole Shane McMahon storyline in 2 or 3 years ago. Like, I never liked The Miz. I don't know why. I always felt like he was a wannabe. He kind of reminds me of someone from high school that always tried to get all the attention. But here's what the next page is. Oh, Dominic. I'm not a fan of Dominic either. His character, not the actual person. I heard Drew McIntyre's planning to leave WWE, which I'm not surprised. I mean, if Vince McMahon was back in WWE, I would want to leave too. But anyway, going back to the Undertaker, it was kind of a bit crowded. You know how, like, I heard in WrestleMania at the SoFi Center, I heard a lot of people were saying, "Oh, F SoFi, they suck," because a lot of people were trapped. Even my brothers told me they were trapped for a bit. It's just that, there was just too many people at WrestleMania. But when I went to the Novo thing, it was kind of the same thing too. Like, it seemed like the elevators were the only things you can get to in order to go up and down and out of the place, in and out of the place. But there were actual stairs. They told us that we had to use the stairs if we wanted to get out quick. So it's just, I think it's the amount of people that come in. It was WrestleMania weekend though. So I went in the Novo Center. I actually went earlier because I didn't want to have to go in late like I did with WWE SmackDown. I actually came like 10, 20 minutes late because I was trying to get my hair done. But unfortunately, it was going to take a while, and I was like pretty much winging it. I haven't had dinner yet before doing my hair, so I tried my best to do my hair. So when the show started, let me see. The Undertaker's theme song from the American Bad ASS. I'm not saying the whole word because YouTube, YouTube rules. But it had the Kid Rock one. I'm not a fan of Kid Rock for other reasons, but it had Kid Rock's Undertaker song in there, and a lot of people were really hyped up. And Undertaker finally spoke, and when Undertaker talked, he talked about like oh, which matches are we most excited? Like, are you excited for Cody? Are you excited for Roman? Or who do you think would win? Cody, Roman, and then there was the match between Rey Mysterio and Dominic, and a lot of people booed for Dominic, which I'm not surprised. But spoiler alert, Dominic lost, which I honestly thought he was gonna win because I thought maybe because of Ray being in the Hall of Fame, I just figured that, oh, I think Rey Mysterio is going to retire because he's going to be in the Hall of Fame. And usually when wrestlers are in the Hall of Fame, that's when they're retiring. I mean, it happened to Ric Flair, it happened to Shawn Michaels and Edge, kind of. Well, he had to retire, though, at the time. And what happened? So he was talking about stories, not many, as it kind of lasted like almost 2 hours. And he talked about like his earlier days when he started wrestling. Like, I remember he started wrestling with Bruiser Brody, which I made a comment about that. I think I made it on the video where I kind of giggled. I do apologize. I wasn't laughing. It's just I was laughing at the thing that I was thinking about, the Undertaker talking about the shower scene and how they take their business in the shower. Well, their serious business, not their whatever nasty business. And what happened to Bruiser Brody, was really tragic and really sad. And I don't know. I thought the whole shower scene was kind of funny. How he and Hulk Hogan, they had a conversation, and how Undertaker had to have a match with Bruiser Brody, which, and his first one, I think. Which Bruiser Brody, he's a very, sorry about that. It's just my brothers are like, their sports games are on TV, so I'm trying to record. Which Bruiser Brody unfortunately died in the locker room. Really sad though. Let me see. I don't have any of these Funkos, but if I were to get any one of these, I would probably get this one. I mean, I know she's a heel, but I kind of like Rhea Ripley. I think she's like the future of the women's division. And she's younger than me too, which is crazy. And maybe this one, but I'm not really familiar with Bam Bam Bigelow. and Cody Rhodes, Bianca. I'm not sure which one I'm gonna get. I think I might get this one or the red one. She has that new one that they recently came out with. Paul Heyman, maybe. I'm still thinking about it. It's because I collect a lot of Marvel Funko Pops. Maybe this Brock Lesnar. Maybe Trish. They should have a Lito one. I might have this one, The Rock, when he started out at wrestling, but the metallic version. And then you have Roman Reigns, which I don't know if I'll get this one. Maybe I'll get the other one. I think there's one with the black shirt. So there was a funny story that Undertaker talked about Paul Bearer, and he mentioned how Paul Bearer's kind of difficult to work with, especially if you get on his bad side. And there was this story he told where they were in the car because a lot of wrestlers back in the day, they had to do their own traveling, their own transportation. I don't know why, considering, they work for the company and they provide most of the merch because of them. And I think Paul Bearer and Undertaker, they were in the car traveling to the next wrestling event where they had to work. And the next thing you know it, Paul Bearer needed to go pee. And Undertaker tried to get there, and they were like really far, and then Undertaker said, "Okay, we're here. You got go do your business." And then Paul Bearer's like, "It's too late now." And then he beat in his hands. That was so funny. And he didn't talk to like Undertaker for a couple days, and Undertaker said it was the worst thing to ever go through, not being able to talk to him for so long. Like he was very quiet. Even in the car rides, he was quiet. Like he didn't even want to talk to the Undertaker. I think Paul was very upset that he got his pants wet because of Undertaker not being able to take him to the bathroom. And then there was a story where he talked about how like he was trying to get into a wrestling school, and back then, I don't know if you guys know this, but Undertaker, he was supposed to be a basketball player. He even had a scholarship for a basketball program thing. I don't know what it was. And apparently he wanted to do wrestling instead, and when he did the whole wrestling thing, like when he told his parents, "Oh, I'm gonna do wrestling now," his parents weren't that happy. They were like, "You're literally gonna drop your basketball scholarship for wrestling, like literally?" And he was like, "Yeah." And yeah, unfortunately he kind of had to in order to pursue his dream. And he said it was a lot of work. It felt like, I remember I read AJ Mendez. Anyone remember AJ Lee? The woman, not AJ Styles, but CM Punk's now wife, current wife. I read her book. She has a book called I can't remember what it's called, but My Superpower, or something to do with her mental disorder, which I kind of understand. And because I have one too, I have a major depressive disorder. She has bipolar. I don't have bipolar, so. And she talked about how when you start wrestling, the moment you enter wrestling school, it feels like a truck ran over you. And that's exactly what Undertaker had said. And so Undertaker, he went to this school. I can't remember which person, because I know there are a bunch of wrestlers who have their own schools. Like the Hart family. I think Stu Hart had his own school, and then what was that guy's name? I try to remember. It was a wrestler when I was like, it's not Kurt Angle. I think it was Charlie Haas or Heidenreich who had a wrestling school. Either way, some of those guys, they had wrestling schools. And the Jarrett family had wrestling schools too, in order for wrestlers to come in and be prepared to be a name or be someone in the wrestling business. And Undertaker went to this wrestling school, and there was this funny moment where he talked about how he came in early and he wanted to get everything done. and then and then he said, while he was telling that to some guy, the guy was whispering, he was like, "Oh, dumb ass." And I was like, like the sarcasm he puts in his stories is really funny. And so there was this list of who are you gonna face, and Undertaker ended up fighting Bruiser Brody, of course. And Bruiser Brody, I heard he's a very dangerous kind of hardcore type of wrestler, from what I've heard. And when Undertaker and Bruiser Brody fought, I guess Undertaker said that he was very nervous and he felt like, I think he felt like he was gonna die or something. And he felt really embarrassed at the end because he felt like he ended up losing that match and he just felt like he wasn't really helping himself or Bruiser Brody. But I think once they got in the back of the locker room, Bruiser Brody told one of the managers or their manager or the person in charge, he's like, hey, you gotta give this guy a chance. And which, I don't know. I mean, it was obviously a good choice because Undertaker wouldn't be the Undertaker had he not went the route he went to. And but it's kind of interesting though, because I always hear stories of, oh, I remember I got this offer, but I also had to do school. And I remember in the Hall of Fame, Rey Mysterio mentioned in the one in the Staples Center. I did a video about it, and he mentioned how he was still in school trying to, I think, get his diploma or get us some kind of degree. And Conan, his BFF or best friend, Conan or Conan, I think it's Conan. Conan, he said that there's this job that Rey Mysterio could have, and it pays really good money. He just has to wrestle, and Rey Mysterio decided not to because he wanted to finish his education first. But Undertaker, of course, Undertaker's right here. Undertaker, in his story, he decided not to pursue his education because he really wanted to start wrestling and become one of the, today as the Undertaker, which, as we all know, oh, look, it's the late Eddie Guerrero right here. And then we have WrestleMania 21. This is actually the WrestleMania that really got me into WWE. I remember John Cena and Batista ended up winning that one. That was actually, it's still today one of my favorite ones because it was the first one I actually watched. That really got me into WWE. And so back to the story. Sorry, it's just I keep going around, in and out. And I just hope my video doesn't get copyrighted because someone's playing Rihanna right now in the background. And I remember the Randy Savage one and the Hulk Hogan story he mentioned. So in the Randy Savage one, Undertaker was trying to, and I think some other I can't remember who it was. It was Undertaker and someone else. They were trying to help Randy get over his heartbreak. I think he just recently broke up with Miss Elizabeth. And Undertaker and the other guy, they decided to pay as much money as they could in order to get Randy laid in Las Vegas. And if you don't know what laid is, it's kind of like, the birds and the bees. And so they managed to get a woman, but unfortunately they had to pay around $2,000 just for Randy to have a one night and enjoy himself. And then the next day, Randy out of nowhere, just at the airport, Undertaker said that Randy was really happy and really offbeat and no longer depressed after his breakup with Miss Elizabeth, I think, or maybe it could have been another woman, I don't know. But he said he had to pay that much money in order for Randy to get on his good side in order to start wrestling again. But also, one more quick note. If you guys want me to do another one of these videos and talk about like the WrestleManias that I've seen, comment down below, or another WWE story time. I do have a lot of stories of WWE that I remember, and to this day, I still remember the first time I went, maybe just a little bit. I don't have photos or anything, unfortunately, because it was such a long time ago. It was before, technology got this advanced as it is right now. But let me get back to the story. So in the Hulk Hogan story, Undertaker said that he and Hulk Hogan, they were gonna have a match, but unfortunately Hulk Hogan's neck was broken, as Undertaker said in the story. So Undertaker and Hulk Hogan, they had a conversation in the showers, which at the time they said that, oh, if you had business or you wanted to talk serious, it would be in the showers. And then everyone was like, what? Like everyone thought of nasty thoughts, of course. And It wasn't like that. It was like serious business, like an area, I guess, to talk it out or something. Which unfortunately, that's how what happened to Bruce Brody. And Undertaker mentioned that as well. Like he mentioned how, oh, this is where the showers. That's where unfortunately Bruce Brody met his demise, and yeah, it was a pretty tragic time. But anyway, I think Undertaker told, or no, not Undertaker. Hulk Hogan told Undertaker, "Hey, brother, can you help me with? I don't want my neck to be broken, and just please don't do this." And so they did. They decided to do that. However, when the match started, unfortunately, I guess in Hulk's case, in Hulk's side of the story, Undertaker accidentally broke Hulk Hogan's side of the neck, and Hulk Hogan was like, Undertaker said in his words by Hulk Hogan, he said, "Oh brother, you got me this, you got me there," and unfortunately, Undertaker felt kind of responsible for potentially injuring Hulk Hogan. Like, who knows? Maybe he might have injured him for life, but apparently that turned out false. It's not true that is Paul Bearer. I think he rewatched the video of that match and he said you didn't injure him at all. And look at him, he went the other way, so he didn't. His head didn't touch the mat. And then Undertaker, he was talking about, oh, I'm gonna get fired, I'm gonna I'm gonna lose my job, my life is over. But it turned out that Hulk Hogan lied. Like, I don't know if I'm telling this right, but I'm just trying to remember because it's been a couple days. And then, yeah, Undertaker confronted Hulk Hogan about it, and Hulk Hogan's like, no, but you did injure me, brother. It was kind of funny, though. And, that's all I can remember. Another interesting thing that happened while I was over there was that Michelle McCool was actually over there. I could tell from the far of my right eye that I saw a blonde woman in the chair, and I'm like, is that Michelle McCool? There's no way that's Michelle McCool. Why would she be right there? I mean, she's probably tired and wants to go to sleep, and she has a kid. I don't know if she has another kid because I heard they have a son now. They just had a son, or maybe it's the grandson. I'm not sure, but yeah, she was over there, and I remember how Undertaker. I can't remember what he mentioned, but he mentioned something about grabbing someone. Oh, it was Hulk Hogan. I remember he grabbed Hulk Hogan, and he's actually like grabbed people like through their entire bodies, and even his own daughter. And I remember he mentioned like, "Oh, my daughter's a little piece of, you know." And everyone's all laughing, and then he's looking at Michelle, and he's all like, "Right, she's a piece of, she's a little." Yeah, he says bad words, and then in between he kind of like drinks Jack Daniels and alcohol around, which a lot of people were clapping, and I was like, whatever. I don't really drink alcohol for family reasons. I mean, as long as you do it safely, that's all that matters. Like, don't drink and drive, of course. You can't drink and drive. I've heard a story, a really awful, bad story about a guy who got into a DUI, and unfortunately, he killed a bunch of people, and unfortunately, this girl got really burned, like really badly, but she lived. But unfortunately, I don't. It's just really sad. Like, I can't even look at her because it's just so sad. And then there was I remember in my high school, they told us about that, and then because they were really big on prom and promoting like no alcohol, and there was this story I remember real quickly. By the way, I'm gonna talk about it real quickly. I remember there was a DUI driver who apparently hit a girl. Yeah, so unfortunately she died, and the mom, she did a speech about her, and yeah, she was from one of my friends. I think his name was Alvaro. Yeah, Alvaro. He told me that the woman was really mean because she called out people. Like, every time they spoke, she would really like be at you like, "Excuse me, but don't be talking." I mean, I understand that losing a daughter is hard, but gosh, she was really like, I remember when, I think it was the same one that she spoke, because I remember some people, I guess some people were talking while she was doing her speech, and she got really upset. And I remember she mentioned, like, she showed a picture of her daughter and then the guy in jail. And then she said, I'll make sure he stays in jail forever. And I was like, dang, man, this woman's really bitter. So that's why, like, the reason why I'm telling you guys is because, unfortunately, when you have a loved one that dies of a DUI, or from someone who you lost to a DUI, it's very, very sad, I guess. But I mean, if you want to drink, I mean, go ahead. Just know the consequences. I always tell my brothers this because I don't know, I just don't like alcohol and I don't like what it does to people. But anyway, what were we talking about? So there was in the end of the show, there was a questionnaire where people could ask questions, and there was this kid that said, "Oh, do you remember that match you had with so and so?" And then Undertaker's like, "Wait, how old are you? You weren't even born yet when I had the match." And yeah, that's all I could remember. Unfortunately, it was really like, Undertaker also mentioned that he didn't want anyone to record because supposedly he just wanted the money that we paid to be worth it. But honestly, the reason why I like to record stuff like this is just to remember, because I have a really bad memory. And also just to make sure, I went there, I was there, I swear I was. And I remember he said that he mentioned how there was this one woman who, I can't remember which show. I think it was either the Texas one or the Las Vegas one. I think it was Las Vegas. And he said that he saw a woman recording, and she had her phone on her face, and he told her, "Hey, you can't record." And he was trying to tell her, but she didn't seem to listen. But the guy next to her, in like some kind of orange or maybe green, bright green shirt, he told Undertaker, "She's blind." And Undertaker's like, "Oh, I didn't mean to." Uh, yeah, it was funny. Because he was yelling at a woman. I think because she was blind, she's not able to see or hear what he had to say. So I think she had to use some kind of device in order for her to, get understand what's going on with the show. Well, yeah, it was kind of funny. Undertaker yelling at a blind woman, even though that's kind of messed up, though. Unfortunately, that's all I could remember. It was a really fun show. Before the show started, they sold like a bunch of Undertaker merchandise. Like they had the urn, the golden urn, which it looked life size, by the way. It was really tall. And they also sold Undertaker plushies, Undertaker shirts, Undertaker hats. I wanted that hat. I thought if you had VIP, you would get free merch, but I guess it costs money, like everything does, unfortunately. And there was also alcohol drinks, but because I don't drink alcohol, I'm not really into that kind of stuff. But it was really fun. I had a really good time. I think it was worth the money. Although I think they should have like paid a little bit less, considering it was late at night. By the time it was like midnight, I just want to go to sleep. I was like, "Oh man, I'm really tired, but I gotta pull through because I really want to hear what Undertaker has to say and all that stuff." And after the show ended, I was kind of a little disappointed. I was hoping it kept going and going, but you could do so much in so little time. Plus, I think he had to go back to with the WWE company because of the whole WrestleMania thing that was going on. Then the following morning at the SoFi Center, I don't know. Maybe he probably had to do some things, or maybe he wanted to watch the matches. Because I know some wrestlers, they go to WrestleMania even though they're not on the match card, not title card, match card. However, seeing The Undertaker for the first time close by, really close, like around 20 feet, I think, kind of like what I did when I first saw Kobe Bryant, like a couple feet, but I didn't talk to them or interact to them. I just saw them talking, and it was like really fun. It was like worthwhile. It was really exciting. I feel like the people were really nice. Like there was this guy, and he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna try and get Undertaker to sign my hat," and I was like, "Okay, good luck with that." I don't know. I don't know if maybe he did that. The Undertaker did do autographs during that show, but I wish I could have gotten like an autograph or something. Cause I did have to go to a hotel. I had to get a hotel for one night, and yeah, it was a lot of money. I'm turning the pages back because I'm still not done with my story. But is it a fun experience? Honestly, it was a really fun experience. If you're a huge fan of Undertaker and you really want to see the Undertaker, or if you're one of those people like, oh, Undertaker's getting old, I have to see him, then I would recommend seeing him. But if you don't have any friends that are into WWE, like I know I'm into WWE, but a lot of my friends aren't into WWE, so I went by myself. But if you really want to go, I would recommend going. But again, you have to save your money. Like try to save up. Like I want to say maybe try to save $20 a week or 2 weeks, especially if you're Philadelphia and you're a big WWE fan. Like I would try to save $20 a week, so that way when WrestleMania happens, maybe there's a good chance you could go to WrestleMania, and who knows, you might be able to see the VIP. I've seen on TikToks how the people managed to get VIP, and they managed to see some of the wrestlers. I was like, oh, that's so cool. It was a really fun experience. Honestly, I would definitely recommend it. Even though it's not wrestling, like you see people fight, it's really fun. Like hearing the stories, and which is, I think maybe that's why I'm so into the Dark Side of the Ring, is because of the different stories that all these wrestlers had to say, and what they went through on the road, and how much they come, and it's really fun and really inspiring, but also funny, kind of sad at times, but But I don't know. The reason why I went to the Undertaker Deadman show along with SmackDown and the WWE Hall of Fame is because I'm turning it back, but John Cena, Edge, and who am I missing? Where is he? Undertaker, of course, that's one of them. No, not Shawn Michaels. It's kind of too late now. Where is he? Where is he? Oh, Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio are I'm probably missing some people, but they are the only ones that are still wrestling. Maybe not a lot, but maybe a little bit once in a while. But in reality, they're starting to get old. And you look at them and you're like, God, man, you don't really have enough time, because you just want to be able to see your favorite wrestlers before they get old. And I understand money is a huge issue, but when there's an opportunity, you just have to take it. But also, you have to think clearly, too, as well. You have to be like, oh, but I have to save money, though. Or at least pay or get a job in order to go to this event. But it was definitely worth it. And would I go again? Probably not. I mean, I would love to go to another Undertaker Deadman show. But I'll probably go if ever he comes around here in Orange County, because LA is not, it's not a safe place. I mean, I like that they did in LA, but it's just not my favorite place. Like, I had some bad history with LA, Los Angeles. Like, I unfortunately was called a SL, dot dot in LA because I didn't want to give my phone to this person. And she didn't even know me anyway. She just said it out loud, and I was like, okay, you don't know me. Why would you call me that? And then, the whole ex crush thing. Another one, not the one that I was talking previously. But I don't know. I think I would honestly recommend going to the Deadman show. It's worth it, and it's worth your time, and you'll have a really fun time. I mean, yeah, it's a lot of money spent, but always try to save. That's what my parents tell me. Save as much as you can, because you never know. But this is Dalster, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Comment, like, subscribe, and also comment below if you want me to do more of these videos, because I really had a fun time doing this video. I I have a lot of stories to tell, and if you want to hear more, let me know. But thank you guys for watching. Oh, I actually see Austin right here. I didn't notice. But thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time on the next video. Bye, guys.